On this episode of the Third and Thirsty podcast, the Raiders finally didn't lose a game because they had a bye. The Broncos demolished the Cowboys, and the Chargers beat the hell out of the Vikings. Which one of those wins was the bigger statement win? We'll get into it now. Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome into the Third and Thirsty podcast, your one-pot stop for Broncos, Chargers, Raiders, Kansas City referee, and Taylor Swift free AFC West banter. I'm Alex Bell, fan of the 6-2 first-place Denver Broncos. To my left, Omar Rubio. He's a fan of the second-place Chargers. They're 5-3. And then to my right, Edgar Larios. He's just happy his team didn't lose this week because of the bye. I forgot the record. They're in last place. They suck. Week 8 is over. We're almost halfway through the season. Things are looking pretty good for at least two of our teams. Sorry, Edgar. And the two teams that played actually had pretty good weeks this week.
Yeah. Both of us had big wins versus decent opponents, I would say.
Yeah.
And like you said, the Raiders didn't lose.
So it is a good week for all three of us, it turns out.
I mean, it's not that great. I mean, from the looks of it, I think looking like the Chiefs are going to win. So
Yeah.
That's true. We are recording during the Chiefs game, and they're starting to look pretty damn good. So let's get into the Broncos and the Chargers games. We'll start with the Chargers. They played way back on Thursday. That feels like it was weeks ago at this point.
Yeah, that feels like so long ago. I had to refresh my memory on all the stats and everything that happened because, like I said, I mean, don't get me wrong, I was happy all weekend. It didn't slip my mind that they won, but it was a while back, and just glad that I got to enjoy that win for an extended period of time.
Yeah, long time ago. Those jerseys are so sick, so tight. It would be super dope if the Broncos and the Chargers played in those jerseys that they played in this week against each other. It'll never happen because
They won't let that
you're not
happen.
gonna. Well, I mean,
tell them apart.
No, you would
barely
be able to. Orange and the orange
There's
throwbacks.
The orange a little bit, but
They're all orange.
yes.
The
I
orange
thought
throwbacks.
See the orange throwbacks.
Oh, come on, bro. How do you miss their
like Orange Crush or something.
Yeah, the orange.
Orange Crush jerseys are the best throwbacks in the league.
These are clean.
And but a close number 2 is definitely those Chargers jerseys. They're so sick. But I mean, they're both kind of home jerseys, so they're not gonna.
Yeah,
It's not gonna work out. Even though when the Broncos play in LA, it is kind of like a home game for them, so it kind of makes sense.
It's getting a little better. It's getting a little better for us out there in LA. But yeah, those jerseys are so dope. As soon as I saw that they were bringing those back, I had to cop me and my son Nico one.
Yeah,
So-
way better than the highlighter. A couple weeks ago.
It's okay.
The
alternative yellow,
Yuck.
the ref flag.
Hey, honestly, those don't look as bad as the Steeler ones, dude.
Those are pretty rough too.
Yeah,
Those are insane.
We've seen some bad uniforms, but those Steelers were definitely the top of them. So refresh our memories about Thursday night, man. What were your key takeaways there before we really get into whether or not it was a bigger win than the Broncos?
my key takeaways from this game was that the biggest thing was that it was a well-rounded game. It was an all-around, just not one side did better than the other. Everybody was a complete team win. There was the question that was posed to us that I posed last week was, where is their fight? Where is the mojo on defense? That came back this week. Maybe Khalil Mack being back, a couple players here and there. Helped that out definitely for sure. On offense, they looked like they started clicking, especially in the run game. Like I said, same thing on defense. On offense, we had a couple players back. Joel, that was a big help, especially on both sides, run and pass. Besides that, even when we did falter with, I'm blaming this one on you, Alex, the special teams. You put it out there in the air, I'd be worried about that long snapper. It was a bad snap on that miss by Dicker. God, I hate you. Why'd you throw that out there? Now the best kicker in the league has missed one kick this year.
What are you going to blame that weird kick he had on the kickoff? He just nailed that guy in the back.
That happens to the best of us. Happens to the best of us.
All right, maybe Dicker's losing his shit, man.
No. He's still the best kicker in the league. That's the reason that he is Dicker, the kicker. And he rides that nickname so hard.
I bet he does.
Yeah. But besides that, I mean, like I said, we'll get into the nitty gritty of the game later on to see who we both thought had the best overall win or the best statement. But yeah, that was my biggest takeaways, is that it was just like an all around team win. There was nothing that I said one side of the ball was better than the others. There was very complimentary football. It was a very Jim Harbaugh type of football game.
Yeah, that's definitely something I can say about the Broncos game as well. Finally, some complimentary football. We haven't seen it all year, really. I mean, when the Broncos offense was on, the defense would have kind of a bad game. But it was mostly usually the defense having a good game and the Broncos offense really not playing well until the fourth quarter. They got off to a really good start after Bo threw that interception, which when he threw that interception, I said, oh, shit, here we go. This is not going to go well. But they got through it pretty dang quick, man, and looked much better than they did the last couple of weeks. My question going into this game, of course, was are the Broncos even good? And I think they definitely proved that they are. They certainly are. The defense, I said that they would keep the Cowboys to under 20 points. Essentially, they did. They got to 24, but that last one was a garbage time. Wasn't even Dak on the field. So we'll say I was right about that.
That was a dime, though, by that quarterback.
It was.
I don't even know who his name is.
I think it's Joe Milton.
Milton, he's good, man.
He's actually really good.
Yeah, he is good. He was playing better than Dak. I mean, the game was a completely different game at that point.
Someone actually saw somebody predicted that he might end up taking Dak's place this year.
No shot.
And I'm like, dude, like Dak is playing like this was before like the season.
Before the season started.
Yeah. So, but Dak is playing awesome. So of course that's not going to happen. But yeah, like he is a good quarterback.
Man,
so.
if I'm like either the Vikings or I don't know, the Commanders who are struggling right now with their backup quarterback, I'm making maybe a call and seeing
there's no way
what's there.
Yeah, I don't think
they can make a call, but they're not going to give him away.
I don't think Cowboys going to get rid of him.
Milton?
Yeah.
No, you don't give away a solid backup quarterback like that, because if Dak goes down and then you have to go to what? I don't even know who the third is. It no, Trey Lance isn't there anymore.
No,
he's
on the Chargers.
Right.
Yep.
So I don't know. You'd probably have to go and find someone off the street or whoever their practice squad is, guys.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that. They could make the call though. They're just gonna get hung up on, just like the Cowboys did when they called for Max Crosby and Trey Hendrickson. You see that?
I did see that.
I see the Henderson one too.
But yeah, man. Overall, definitely much happier with the Broncos this week. It was definitely a sweet victory. So let's get into whether or not we feel like that was a bigger statement win than the Chargers. Before we do, shout out to anybody that's watching on YouTube. Thank you for checking us out. If you do like what you're watching, we do this every week. We do 2 episodes. So hit the subscribe button. We'd really, really appreciate that. Like the video, leave a comment. Let us know who you think had the bigger statement win. And follow us on Instagram, Third and Thirsty Podcast. So let's get into it. Omar, I'll let you make the case first. I'm assuming you'll say the Chargers was a bigger statement win.
I think so.
Okay. We all have our biases.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Definitely. Although it was a good win by the Broncos.
Yeah.
Beating, really, really beating the Cowboys. Cowboys, you did have to put up a lot of points versus them to be able to get out in front and stay in front. We all knew that the Cowboys would put up points at some point, but the defense held them down long enough. On the Chargers side, for me, my biggest thing was what a difference Joe Alt made.
Yeah.
If it wasn't the quarterback coming back, I think he is the single most important part of this team right now. If he's going, if he's blocking like he is, if he's protecting Herbert on his backside, if he's helping with that push on the run, I think he's the single most important player on this team besides Herbert.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Besides Herbert. Okay.
Yes. No, that's what I'm saying. Besides the quarterback coming back.
Got it.
Besides Herbert. Obviously, Herbert had to do what he had to do while Alt was out. And now that they're getting a couple more pieces back, hopefully Hampton comes back here in a couple weeks. I don't think it's going to be the short 4-week stint. I think it might be a couple extra. I heard it was a pretty severe sprain. So, I mean, hopefully Kamani Vidal, like he did this week, has solid games coming up. But he had another 100-yard performance. That's 2 out of 3. Even though the one in the middle was a pretty, like a dud. Didn't really do much. But this game, after we said that the Vikings had a really good defense. We all agreed before on the last episode last week. We all agreed that the Vikings defense was top notch. That type of performance versus that defense is why I think it was a bigger statement win. The offense, I feel like, clicked off the bat. The same as with Bo Nix. Herbert had that early non-pick.
Oh, that was a terrible throw.
Yeah, he had that non-pick, but I think he might have still been thinking he doesn't have Joe Alt out there. Then
That's why he threw the pick.
That was the first like the first series. So maybe
It was the
he's still
first or second
in hurry
series.
mode and oh shit, I'm gonna get hit mode. But then he settled in and he started tearing up that defense apart. And it wasn't like he had so many dropbacks, so many attempts. He was very efficient. He let the running game do what it did. He ran the ball himself a lot, and he used the run to open up passing lanes. He would do the I'm going to take off, then suck the defense in, open up those passing lanes, and get the ball to his receivers and make the bigger plays. Mm-hmm. The biggest offensive weapon that showed out for me, again, Aronde Gadsden. He is going to be somebody to be reckoned with. The middle of the defense, that's where he's living right now. He's got, I think, in the last 3 games, over 300 yards on like 19 catches. Might be wrong on the catches, but 2 touchdowns. That's solid production from your tight end.
Especially a rookie tight end.
5th round rookie tight end, yes. So that's why I feel like our offense got rolling on all cylinders, didn't miss a beat. And our defense it gave me hope. It was against a really bad quarterback, but who had some decent games a couple weeks before that. It's not like they were clunkers. They weren't not putting up any points like they did this game. Yeah, maybe he wasn't hurt as much as he was during this game. That probably took, a lot into effect, but
it was like every time he got touched, he had a new injury.
Yeah. But hey, that means that our pass rush was getting there. Each one of our top 3 pass rushers had a sack, and even the interior got into it, and Boygby had 2 sacks, which is great to see off of him, because he was a 3rd rounder last year and basically had a redshirt year, put on some weight to try to play the middle of the defense a little bit better. So glad that he's getting on the board now. Just those reasons are why I think that the Chargers had a bigger statement win.
Okay, fair. Yeah, definitely no taking away from that win. It was a big one for sure. I had the Chargers losing that game. I'm not sure why. It was the homer in me, I guess. I don't know why I thought
the hater in the
middle. Yeah, Carson Wentz looked awful, and he was definitely obviously hurt out there. I think he might have been crying at the end of the game or damn near it. Rough game for Carson Wentz.
He did get roughed up, so I would have been crying and getting hit that many times. But hey, he toughed it out. I'll gotta give him that. Yeah, heard today that he's having surgery on that left shoulder and he's going to be out the rest of the season. So at least got to give him that much. He toughed it out for his team because they knew that behind him was even worse. So
yeah, definitely. Let's talk about the Broncos a little bit. So going into the game, obviously the narrative was how bad the offense was until the 4th quarter. They put that to rest. So changing that narrative for sure. Over the last 5 quarters now, the Broncos have scored 77 points. Not bad work if you get it. So they've kind of put that narrative to bed. Now, obviously, we're talking about the Cowboys' defense, which is dog shit.
Yes.
But what are you supposed to do when you play a really bad defense? You're supposed to blow them out, and they did. They scored 44 points on them. Should have been 49, 48. But Court dropped that touchdown pass, which Court never does that. So definitely uncharacteristic of Court to drop that catch. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah,
hit it right in the chest in the end zone. That would have given Bo 5 touchdown passes for the day and an extra 20 yards to pad his stats. So he would have ended up with, instead of 247, he would have ended around 280 and 5 touchdowns. Pretty good day from Bo. Love that after that really bad interception. But really like to see from that game is the Broncos bounce back from a couple of different things. adversity, right? So, Bo's interception's one of them. Could have packed it up at the end of that, but the defense gets that big stop, keeps them to 3. And then losing Surtain. Lose him. Looked like we were going to lose him early. That leg injury comes right back out, ends up hurting his shoulder or his pec. It came out. And then missed the entire second half. The game wasn't over at halftime, especially with the Cowboys being such a solid offense. Let's look at this.
It was still
here.
close enough at that point.
27-10. I mean,
I would agree. It's still close enough.
Cowboys getting the ball out of halftime. They could have went down easily and scored a touchdown. Could have laid down. Yeah. So, being able to battle back from that, holding off one of the best offenses in the league, keeping them to really 17 points until garbage time they get that other touchdown. But one of the main reasons why I think it was a bigger statement win, I think now we look at the Cowboys and the Vikings and we both kind of sit, maybe they're not as good as we kind of thought going into the game. The Cowboys defense obviously being the reason why the Vikings with Carson Wentz.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're looking at those two teams, the Broncos shut down an MVP candidate in quarterback, and the Chargers shut down Carson Wentz, who was an MVP candidate back in 2017. When did they win the Super Bowl? He got hurt.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah. So when I look at those two teams and I had to see the Cowboys line up against the Vikings with Carson Wentz on the neutral field tomorrow, I'm taking the Cowboys. I don't know about you guys.
With the Cowboys defense sucking as bad as it does.
I feel like
honestly,
it's still Carson Wentz.
Honestly,
But hey, Carson, before this game, before he got really hurt, he had a couple pretty good games. They weren't bad games. They weren't this bad of a game.
I'll be honest with you.
Chargers
If Carson Wentz wasn't hurt and he played a little bit better against the Chargers, maybe I'll change my mind. But honestly, Cowboys have been playing pretty solid. Like their offense has just been obviously helping them a lot. But
I honestly think that would be a really good game just to watch.
Roger Goodell, if you're listening, why don't we set this up? Neutral field.
Yeah, I go with
Playing a random Wednesday.
I'd give it to the Cowboys, but it wouldn't be. It might be a blowout. It might not be. It might be a really close game. It might be. That's one of those games where it's like we said. I still think that the Vikings defense is a pretty good defense, and that might be able to hold up a little bit. And then the Dallas's defense is shitty, so anybody can exploit that. Not anybody, but
no, not everybody.
At least enough to be able to win a game. You guys blew them out.
Damn right they did.
Yeah.
but I'm not the tiebreaker. You guys get to choose. I'm just gonna give my 2 cents in, but I personally think both of the teams got really good wins. I ended up predicting the Chargers to lose as well, just because I thought the Vikings defense was going to be too much for the Chargers. But,
plus, we didn't know if Alt was going to be playing.
Yeah, exactly.
Too,
so that's another thing, because I did say if Alt shows up, I think you guys have a chance. But if you guys are still going to be missing a lot of your key players, I feel like you guys were going to have some trouble. But clearly, Alt came back, Matt came back. You guys beat a struggling offense, but they still have players around them that he can honestly. I wouldn't say he's going to be like an all-pro quarterback, but he can still just give the ball to any of his playmakers, and they'll do the rest. Now, I would also say that against the Broncos, for a while, we haven't seen them play a full game. So watching them play against the Cowboys and play from the first quarter and still playing from that interception, like I said, good teams play from good teams, even though they make bad plays, they still come out they try to win.
What'd you say last week? Find a way to win?
Yeah, find a way to win. Yeah, exactly. So, like I said, both my biggest question was, can the Broncos play a full game? And I feel like both of your teams made a statement to basically the rest of the NFL, basically saying that Broncos can play a full game and they have the defense to go up against any offense. And the Chargers made a statement win where they're like, we may be hurt, but we're not gonna fucking we're still somebody to look at or to take serious. So but for this week only, just this week. And I'm just saying this because Cowboys defense is just ass.
They're so bad.
And
they're so
it's
bad.
Raiders are ass too. So you Dallas fans, Junior, you're gonna be like, oh, you yes, Raiders are ass too. Don't come at me. Oh, Raiders are ass too. Yes,
double ass.
double, fucking triple, quadruple. I don't give a fuck.
That's a BBL right there.
Yeah. But anyways, but yeah, your guys' defense literally is like holding your guys' team back. So with that right there, I'm gonna say that the best win this week is the Chargers.
Okay, you're wrong.
Anyways, they beat a pretty solid team, with a bad quarterback. But like I said, both teams, good solid wins, good statement wins. Like the NFL definitely needs to take both of your teams serious.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this AFC West run down the stretch is going to be crazy. Someone's going to be heartbroken, and I sure as hell hope it isn't me.
Dude,
but
I'm just so glad that we had those 3 wins at the beginning of the season.
That was huge.
After that,
but I will say you
guys beat each other up. At least one team's going to lose. You guys are the Chiefs. So that puts one, puts us back in the driver's seat.
The second time you play them, it's going to be just as important when you play them the first time.
It is.
And hopefully, like, you guys don't, knock on wood, you guys don't, like, keep having that curse with you guys, So that's the only thing for me I would honestly say that would hold you guys back is your guys' curse. But besides that, like, nothing. I feel like you guys can pretty much, both of your teams can go pretty much against anybody that's going to go in the playoffs.
Again, Edgar. Predicting injuries.
No, I mean, that's what I'm just saying, bro. Because all season that's been happening to you guys. So,
and they're all injuries get blamed on Edgar.
One thing I want to add from the Bronco game as well too is their rookies popped. We've been waiting for a big game from a couple of those guys. Barron coming up with a big interception. Then Harvey having that long run. That touchdown run was nasty.
By the way,
he ends up with 3 touchdowns, and then Pat Bryant. That crazy touchdown.
He helped me win some money this week. So
which one?
Harvey.
Nice.
Yeah, with that touchdown run.
Nice.
Yeah, Harvey looked really good. And then the running game is just on fire. Dobbins, got over 100 yards again as well. 15 carries for 111 yards. So having a couple of guys pop that you really feel comfortable with. Barron's going to be really important, unfortunately, with the Broncos because it looks like Surtain's going to miss some time. That's killer. Need him back for the Chiefs game.
Yeah, that was a big run by Harvey.
Nasty.
Even though that was a big run, I'm still waiting to see more out of him, especially as high as he was picked. He's been having flashes, and I know that Dobbins is the number 1 there,
right?
But a little bit more consistency would be, really nice out of him. But
I wouldn't mind.
I think the reason why is because Dobbins is doing just as good.
Yeah.
Dobbins is winning the ball,
but it's like here and there. For the most part, he's not consistently getting push on his runs. It's just sometimes he'll find a hole and then just take off, which is good, which is what you want, but a little consistency, especially with Dobbins only being here for a year with you guys. And
I wouldn't be surprised if he's back next year. We'll get into that a little bit, but I think Dobbins might have found his home. I certainly hope they bring Dobbins back. He's been fantastic this year. Anything else we want to add for this segment? We want to move on.
No, hopefully the Chiefs are still losing. That's the only, or not winning anymore. That they lose.
I could promise you they're still winning. I haven't checked the score, but they were up 21-7 by the time I think they even got up to 28. So that game's over. Let's move on. IPAs and seltzers. Yeah. Okay. For anyone watching for the first time, IPAs and seltzers we hand out every week. IPAs go to our field, or the player that we feel deserves it. Sometimes we go out the box a little bit. Stands for
Impact Player Award.
Yep. And then we give away seltzers to players that absolutely do not deserve beers and deserve a seltzer instead. A lot of the times we give out warm, flat seltzers. So
if somebody played that bad, then yes, we do.
Yeah.
Warm, flat seltzers.
So let's give out some IPAs first. Omar, you want to hand one out?
There were so many to choose from, but like I said, the one player that came back this week that made the biggest difference, Joel had a hell of a game. Got scared there for a bit when he got rolled up again, but he popped right up, seemed fine, and just kept pushing through. So big man gets a big IPA. He gets a tall can.
Nice.
Because one of these little guys ain't going to do nothing for him.
He's going to be like Andre the Giant.
Get one of those 1 liter steins and stuff.
Andre the Giant would take him like 40 beers to get drunk.
Yeah. I heard about
You
that.
see him holding
Have you seen him when he holds
Holding a beer?
It's like little.
look like one of those little Coke cans in one of our
Yeah,
hands.
the minis. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He needs the
So
tall can.
he needs a big boy beer.
to get him going.
Yeah, good. Okay, yeah, that's well deserved. My IPA is going to J.K. Dobbins. The reason I bring him, obviously he had a good game, 111 yards, but he's fitting right in there with Denver. He said after the game, I'm proving myself right that I made the right decision coming here, and I appreciate everybody here. It's been a dream because I love Sean Payton. He's a great person. Offensive line is amazing. Defense is amazing. Ownership is amazing. Here it is. Maybe I was born to be a Bronco. Just took a little time to get here. J.K. Dobbins loves himself some Denver. Denver loves themselves some J.K. Dobbins. And I hope he sticks around for a while because the Broncos finally found a running back that could actually run the damn ball. Shout out to Javonte Williams as well. Glad he's doing well in Dallas. But J.K., love seeing him in Denver. Want to see him stick around longer. IPA to J.K.
Yeah,
Cheers.
well deserved. He's a good player. Sure do miss him on the Chargers.
He doesn't miss L.A. That's for damn sure. He knows he ended up in the right place.
We'll see at the end of the year.
Do you want to give any IPAs out, Edgar? I know your team didn't play, but
No,
hey.
but I mean, I can give one from each team because I did have a player that helped me in my fantasy from each team, and one of them is Vidal. What's his first name?
Kamani Vidal.
Ran for 118 yards and a touchdown. Helped me win my fantasy, and J.K. Dobbins ran for another 100 yards. Also helped me win my fantasy.
J.K. stacking up some IPAs this week, man. Love that.
Yeah, running backs definitely helped me out this week.
Nice.
Damn, Kamani from going to being on the practice squad to getting an IPA on the third and Thursday. Damn, he's coming up in life.
You said it's his second or third game with the 100.
Second game.
Second.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 with a dud in the middle.
It happens.
It happens.
Okay, let's hand out some seltzers. You give one out?
Man, seltzers are hard for me to give out this week.
Can't really give one out to your own team, maybe except for that long snapper.
That's exactly where I was going with it. That long snapper. Now it's like
Good.
And actually, this is like you and him can share this because
I'm not
after
splitting
you
shit.
put that out there, now I'm noticing it, and now it's like becoming a thing.
I cannot be the first one to point that one out to you, man. When you were watching that,
Yes, but I put that in the back of my head. I was like, all right, that was one off, whatever. But then you brought it up, put it out there in the air, put it out there in the intraweb.
good.
Omar
I'll keep putting it out there.
Omar was the first to give somebody on third and thirsty their first seltzer.
Yeah, half seltzer
Or half a
a
seltzer.
Because no, the Lovato he does have his share in that half seltzer.
All right, well, he gets the backwash there. I get the fresh half. Okay. My seltzer, I'm not going for a Bronco because no one deserves a seltzer. It was a well-rounded game. We don't have a shitty long snapper. So I'm going to give it to Jerry Jones. We talked a little bit about Jerry Jones on this pod, but just watching this game and Bo Nix is having all the time in the world to just throw dots all over the field. It seems like they were missing one guy that could have really helped him out. Maybe a pass rusher, maybe like an elite pass rusher.
Maybe like the best one maybe in the league.
Yeah, I mean top 2 or 3.
Yeah.
He's having he had a great game on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean he's a leading candidate for DPOY, I think, betting favorite. Forgot his name. Micah Parsons, that's right.
Yeah. Wait, where did he used to play?
He used to play in Dallas. They traded him away.
For like
Yeah.
a bag of potato chips or something like that?
Yeah, they certainly didn't get the return they could have if they traded him earlier, but also if they just maybe signed him a couple years ago instead of waiting last minute. Could have saved some money, maybe signed him for $35-40 million a year.
Oh, definitely.
Yep. But then they were looking at 48, 47, had to cut loose. Could have used him in a game like this and probably a lot more games this year. Jerry Jones, you're a bad business person. If you ever need business lessons, come to me if you're listening. And then maybe you could actually make some money in your life. Anyways, seltzer to you.
Edgar?
Honestly, I have no idea. I have no idea.
Seltzer Jr. for all the shit that he was talking.
Sure, yeah,
We'll do that.
I have to wait until after the Raiders. I mean, after the Raiders lose to the Cowboys, but you never know. We'll see.
Okay. IPAs and seltzers are done. Let's do a quick hit on the trade deadline coming up next week.
Oh, yeah. Damn, already.
I know.
So quick, man.
I know. Half of the season's halfway over. that trade deadline is next Tuesday. So by the time we release videos next week, that'll be over and done with. So do a quick hit. Not going to spend too much time on it, but let's go around, and if you can kind of point your team in a direction, what you'd like to see at the trade deadline, what would you like to see? Position.
Yeah.
If you have a player in mind,
I
throw
mean,
it out.
I'll go first. I mean,
Sell.
yeah, just sell. Don't get me wrong. I like that Crosby wants to be a Raider, but I'm with Alex at this point. Like, give him to a team that is willing to give the most for him, and just sell. I mean, it sucks, Raider Nation, but I mean, it is what it is. We'll find the next one. We'll trade him in the future too. Jacoby Myers is somebody else that I think we might end up trading away. We just signed Tyler Lockett, which it's not a needle. It's not something that's going to change anything. So it's either
Super Bowl bound, baby.
Yeah, we're back.
Putting them over the hill.
Fucking Gino's never right.
He's got his boy. He's just been waiting for his boy.
Exactly. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't really see anything different. Hopefully, he just can mentor young receivers, but just also, get the most you can get out of Jacoby, either third or I would like a second round, but most third.
Especially with this is being his last year on the under contract. I think, that's probably the best you could do, maybe a third.
Oh, yeah. So, but the thing is I don't want to get into it. But yeah, so just those two right now that I can think of. I'm trying to think of anybody else that they were trying to.
Colton Miller, like you said, he's an older player.
I don't think they're maybe in the next couple of years. I don't think they if
they'll probably draft a quarterback next year, you might want to keep him upright and keep your left tackle.
So maybe in the
just
future.
For that reason alone.
He did sign a 3-year contract. So maybe when he's like the last 2 years of his contract, or I don't know, depending on how he's doing after that, but so. Yeah, Raiders are definitely not buying. They're definitely selling. So.
That would be a crazy Raider move if they just started selling off assets to go and bring in players for this year. That'd be awesome.
The only Spytech,
he won't do it.
He does not want. He literally told Pete Carroll during this offseason, he's like, I do not want to give up any of my draft picks. So so we're definitely sellers. The one for sure that I think he's definitely going to be gone is Jacoby. Like I said, I hope we get the most out of him, but. That's basically it. I don't really see anybody else that we can trade. Unless I get shocked and they fucking trade somebody like that. Nobody was ever thinking.
Genty.
Dude, that shit would be insane.
What about Michael Mayers? There's been rumors about him.
I mean, I've heard during the offseason, but it was the Dolphins, but obviously they got Darren Waller. And I know he's an IR, but those
Dolphins they're not good for anybody right now.
Yeah, so I mean, besides them, I don't know who else was looking for a tight end.
But I'm saying that just him as a prospect, you think maybe you have one down?
I don't see
that.
I wouldn't. The only reason
having two solid tight ends is always a good thing. Though.
I wouldn't say
what is he?
I wouldn't say I can see it because they haven't really said anything. Yeah, during the offseason they brought it up, but now obviously like I said, Raiders are selling. I'm shocked that I haven't heard anything from it. So maybe they won't, or maybe again also down in the future. But I honestly don't. The only person, like I said, that I can honestly see them trading right now is Jacoby. That's the only person that I can see because he wants to get traded.
Mm-hmm.
So where do you go? I'm thinking the Patriots.
That could definitely be it.
Back to the Patriots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Broncos is very nice to go into the trade deadline knowing that they're not going to be sellers. The last 5 or 6 years has certainly been the case. So all right, who do we have to say goodbye to this week? Really nice not having to worry about that. Now, the Broncos definitely have some assets that they could use to go and get somebody. Before this week, you were kind of looking at the wide receiver room and saying maybe they could make an upgrade there. But I mean, they proved this week. I mean, Franklin, Mims, and Bryant all balled out. Cord obviously had a good game as well.
Versus shitty defense.
It's versus shitty defense, but I mean, what do you do against a good defense or a shitty defense? You show out. They showed out. So it's encouraging to see that. However, I mean, tight end, we have some injuries pop up now. So Lucas Kroll looks like he's going to be out for a while. Now Nate Atkins. Both of them more blocking tight ends, especially Atkins. Those guys are going to be out. It would be nice to see them get another tight end, bring him in. I don't know, have anyone in mind, but more of a blocking tight end. And Keep Ingram, he's been a little disappointing. His involvement in the offense this year is starting to tick up a little bit, so encouraging to see that. But definitely need a little bit more depth in tight end. They got that 4th-round pick that they got for Vele. A 4th-round pick was crazy. Still think about it. The Saints, a bunch of dumb idiots. So, I mean, they have some assets. Yeah, they have some capital that they could use to sling around here. And that's what I said when they traded for Vele. Like, if they need someone at the deadline, there's an injury that pops up, they have that 4th-round pick that they could use as ammo. They'll go get a rental to get us through the year. So maybe that's what they do at the tight end position. George Payton, make me look good. Make that move this week.
Well, who do you think they will trade for? I mean,
I don't know. I don't even know who's on the market.
See anybody?
Like
what about Ravens? Mark Andrews?
Maybe.
I don't know if that's the guy that they need.
Or do you think they're like selling? Like you can get them for cheap, like low cost, high value?
I mean, the Ravens probably want to make a run now because they got that win, and now they have like 4 or 5 really shitty teams on their schedule.
I mean, if they can turn it around, maybe. But
they got the Dolphins, and then they got they got a couple of really easy games coming up. So I'd be willing to bet they're not ready to punt on the season.
I mean, honestly, I felt like they were, but
no,
if they can turn it around, maybe. But
especially
not with that roster that they have,
and
not just with the quarterback, but with Derrick Henry, with the defense. Even though they're
because
defense has been struggling, defense, but there's a lot of big names on that defense.
Yeah. Not just that, because like even in tight ends, there's Isaiah Likely, which I think he's hurt right now, but they also have another. They have another tight end, so that's why I'm like saying they have like 3 tight ends. So that's why when I brought up Mark Andrews, I was like,
but he's not what he just said that they need is a more blocking tight end,
right? Don't need a receiver. I mean, a receiver threat would also be nice, but I think they need Nate Atkins was your blocking tight end, and he was huge for the running game. So if they could find someone that could kind of take in and go in his spot, that would be huge.
Yeah, no, I don't think Mark Andrews is a blocking.
No, he's more of a receiver.
Chargers.
I mean, with all the injuries, I don't think they can trade for enough positions to help them out with all the injuries they have.
True.
I would, but out of all the injuries they have, just for now, they already made a trade. They traded for Odafe Owe, and he's already paying dividends. He's had 2 sacks in 3 games, so thank you, Joe Ortiz, for making me look smart. Like 2 weeks ago, when I said that we needed a little more pass rush, we needed something else because the guys that we had on hand weren't doing it. So thank you for making me look smart.
If you're listening,
he's definitely listening. Definitely. So apart from that, we are a little banged up in the secondary, but we have been playing a lot better in the last 2 weeks. For me, the place that we need to address would be the running back position, at least for the interim. Nothing huge. Kamani's filled in for the past 3 weeks amicably. I think they just need a depth piece, somebody that's going to come in and not be a liability, somebody that can come in and maybe just do some pass protection, because the guy that was doing that, Haskins, now he's injured. They had to bring up this week 2 players from the practice squad to be their second and third running backs. So they need depth at least. Maybe somebody that, like I said, maybe a short yardage guy, maybe a pass protector. They just need somebody that can take those NFL snaps and be competent. Maybe not just, like I said, not nobody too flashy, nobody too big, just somebody as a depth piece. Because honestly, the Chargers have already made 2 trades this year. They traded for a backup, a swing tackle at the beginning of the season. And now, like I said, they traded for a pass rusher, and this would be their 3rd trade. So do they really want to throw a lot of assets away for a season which all these injuries, it's on the, it's on the incline, but how much of an incline do we have right now with all these injuries?
Right. Do you really feel like one move will be a Super Bowl team? Yeah.
Yeah. If we can hold it together for a couple weeks and we have that depth piece, then maybe we don't give up as much. Maybe a 7th rounder, 6th rounder, something like that. I don't see them adding anybody that's going to move the needle. that's gonna throw them like
No
up
superstar
and-
trades.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
not at all.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
just a
think so
depth
either.
piece as a running back.
Yeah.
There's names out there like Alvin Kamara, Brees Hall. I don't see any of that happening.
No, I don't think so either.
I see somebody that maybe wants to get out of a situation that is a little bit older, still has maybe a little bit left in the tank, but has been a solid professional for its whole career. Somebody like that.
Yeah.
Somebody that's at the back end of their career, and they're like, I need a fresh start for this last year or two.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I was gonna bring up Brees Hall, but just because I did see it in a comment where
He says he doesn't want to leave.
I saw that like the Chiefs were also interested in him. The Chiefs
No.
have been trying to look for another running back.
Yeah.
Please
No,
do.
just don't let the Chiefs make a big trade like that. Yeah.
The one thing I can respect is Kamara. He's like, if I get traded, I retire.
Oh. Okay. Anything else to add for this week?
No, pretty much covered it all.
Yeah. Another big win for the Broncos. Another big win for the Chargers. Things are getting really interesting in the AFC West. I'm assuming the Chiefs won their game tonight unless they had an epic collapse, which I really just don't see happening.
So it's basically like a game that separates those three. So,
Going to be a crazy finish.
man, it is going to be a wild one.
Yep. Okay, well, 102 days until Bo next wins his first Super Bowl.
Can't do
Cheers.
it. Chargers are there.